morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you at the 2022 IATUL General Assembly. This year, thanks to the organizers of the 42nd annual conference here in Miami, we have the opportunity to meet both in person and virtually. During this meeting, we would have 4 votings. I ask the delegates with the right to vote when we let you know. People here in the room are asked to raise their hands and keep them up until they're counted. For delegates connected with us online, please cast their vote through Zoom. I remind you that each institution has only 1 vote and only members vote. I would like to introduce you the IATUL Board of Directors. The aim of the board membership is to have representation from diverse parts of the world. We aim for representation from different parts of Europe, including UK, the Americas, Asia and Pacific, Africa and the Middle East. The executive board consists of the president, vice president, secretary and treasurer. My name is Anna Wałek, and I have the honor to serve as the IATUL president since January 2022. I'm the library director at the Gdańsk University of Technology in Gdańsk, Poland. The vice president of IATUL, Dr. Charles Ekman, is the dean of University of Miami Libraries. The secretary of IATUL, Donna Byrne-Tyson, is the Dean of Libraries at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. The treasurer of IATUL, Gerda Winkler, is the head of University Library at the Free University of Bolzano in Italy. We also have Jill Ben, representing Asia Pacific region, University Librarian at the University of Western Australia in Perth. We also have Lars Egeland, representing Europe as a director of the Learning Center and Library at OsloMet, Oslo Metropolitan University in Norway. We also have Ujjala Sadhguru, representing Africa, the executive director of the University of Cape Town Library in South Africa. And Kate Robinson, representing Europe, UK, the University Librarian at the University of Bath Library in United Kingdom. First part of our meeting are the formal matters. I would like to ask you to approve the agenda and minutes of the last general meeting held online on Tuesday, 13 July 2021 during the annual conference in Porto. The minutes were distributed to delegates in advance. Here you can see the agenda of our today's meeting. Okay, so let's try our first voting. Delegates here in the room are asked to raise their hands and keep them until they are counted. For delegates connecting via Zoom, please vote via Zoom. Approval of the agenda. If you are in favor, please raise your hand. Please let us know if you counted. 15 yes in the room. Thank you.
Yeah, and we have 16 online, so that's a total of 31.
Thank
Yes.
you. Are there votes against? Thank you. Okay, the next voting is approval of the minutes. Please raise your hands if you approve the minutes. Certain yes in the room. Who's against? Okay, so we have two people missing. Did you?
And we have 12 yes in virtual, so for a total of 25 yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So the next votings will be soon, and because we approved the agenda, we can move forward. One of the most important topics reported during the last General Assembly was the transfer of IATUL office from Technical University in Munich to the new association management company. We went to the successful office transition, and the new IATUL office since November 2021 is placed in CPO Hanser service, situated in Barsbeutel near Hamburg, Germany. Our office manager is Rita Pape, and she is the contact person in the office. Now I would like to ask the Secretary of IATUL, Donna Byrne-Tyson, to present the membership report.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening. So IATUL currently has 238 members from 68 countries. We really value this diverse membership from all around the world, with the exception of Antarctica, I believe. We had 16 new members in 2022. We had 6 cancellations. We've had fewer cancellations than we anticipated during the pandemic. We do know that this has been a challenging time for our members in terms of travel budgets, membership budgets, and the ability to travel. But we are very pleased to see that people are maintaining their IATUL membership and participation, and that more and more members are able to travel. So we anticipate seeing all of our members successfully get through the pandemic with us. We did have 26 expirations, and again, that was a combination of budget issues, sometimes invoices going astray during the pandemic, and we're working with Rita Pape in the IATUL office just to nail down a few outstanding accounts at this point. So thank you all very much for your loyalty and your participation in IATUL. This is just a sort of representation of all of us. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Donna. And now I would like to ask our treasurer, Gerda Winkler, to introduce the treasurer's report.
I am pleased to present the IATUL financial report. Before doing so in my role as treasurer since January 2022, I would like to thank my predecessor, Donna Byrne-Tyson, for her excellent work over the past years. Thank you also for sharing all necessary information and documents so that I could start my activities well prepared. As the IATUL account is located in Germany, it is an advantage that my mother tongue is German. This allows me to see the account transactions in detail, which has created more transparency, especially during the transition of the IATUL office from the Technical University of Munich to the new service provider CPO Hanser. The goal in dealing with IATUL finances is financial sustainability, providing value to members, responsible stewardship, and responsive to be responsive to physical circumstances of members. In my report, I will first give an overview of returns, income, and fees expenditure. Then I'll talk about the financial audit. And finally, we'll look at the 2022 budget, which has been approved by the board. On this slide, you can see in the right column the income for 2021, which consists of some royalties, but mainly membership fees, with 43,187 euros. It is 1,787 euros more than in 2020. You can immediately notice that we are missing the income from the previous year's conference, because in 2020 there was no IATUL event due to the pandemic. The Perth conference had brought in big profits in 2019 with 31,465 euros. The actual administrative costs in 2021 amounted to 34,277 euros. On the other hand, due to the pandemic situation and the exclusively online events, we only had low travel costs of 479 euros and costs for the poster prize of 510 euros. IATUL therefore last year had total expenses of 35,266 euros. This deviates greatly from the planned expenditure of 87,360 euros. Let's come to the audit report. The report concerning the cash auditing of IATUL covers the period from the 1st of January to the 31st of December 2021 and was carried out by the tax consultant Josef von Ranke from the office of Löffler und Partner in Munich and sent on the 30th of June 2022. I quote from the report: "The balances of the accounts and the deposits of securities are in accordance with the records. The receipts were checked completely and there were no objections. The kept records were complete, true, and made in time. Each entry is sufficiently commented, and for each entry a receipt exists. The receipts are stored properly." Let's come now to the budget plan for 2022. The budget planning for 2022 has been more cautious compared to 2021, as can be seen from this overview. In total, the planned expenditure in 2022 amounts to 81,250 euros. In the previous year, 87,360 euros were planned. The IATUL board has approved the following expenditure for 2022. 26,000 euros for personal costs, 8,800 internet hosting and office infrastructure. These are additional costs that have been added due to the transition to the new office. CBO Hansa, yes, and 1,000 euros for administration fees, 2,000 euros for software, Zoom and HiDrive, 650 for IFLA membership, 500 for promotional material, 1,000 for contingencies. So in total, 41,750 for administration, plus 19,000 for travel expenses of the IATUL board and the conference host of the next year, plus 20,000 for events and initiatives. This brings us to a total expenditure of 81,250 euros. On top of that, and this is not yet shown here on the slide, there are some additional costs for the current hybrid conference here in Miami. However, IATUL has healthy finances overall and has reserves. The board had urged the conference organizers to offer the conference in hybrid form. Therefore, the board decided on last Sunday to bear the losses from the conference. I will inform you about this in detail at the next General Assembly. Are there any questions about this financial report? Okay, so thank you. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Gerda. The next part of our meeting is the approval of proposed changes in the Board of Directors, including the Executive Board. Our proposed new IATUL board members are Cara Jones, the University Librarian of the American University of Sharjah in United Arab Emirates. She will serve as the representative for Middle East region. Liliana Lucci is the Library Director of the University Austral in Argentina. She will serve as the representative for Americas. Liliana unfortunately couldn't be here with us. Michelle Blake is the University Librarian of the University of Waikato in New Zealand. Xinwan Li is the University Librarian at the Shanghai Yao Tong University in China. Both Michelle and Xinwan will represent the Asia Pacific region. I would like to ask you for approval of this new board membership. Please raise your hands. $15 in the room.
And we have 13 online for a total of 28.
Thank you. Who's against? No. Okay, thank you so much for approving the new board members. Congratulations. And I would like to tell you that our dear colleague Donna unfortunately ends her service in the board because of the retirement. And I would like to thank her very much for the support and contribution she gave us as the member of the board, treasurer, and the secretary. Give a big applause to Donna for her service. Thank you. Kate Robinson agreed to take the position of the secretary. Please approve Kate's candidacy for the executive position of the secretary. Kate, could you show yourself? Okay, so let's do the last voting today. Who's in favor? $15 in favor, thank you. Who's against? No?
And we have 13 online for yes, which makes 28 total.
Thank you. Thank you for approving the new membership of the board and the executive. And congratulations to my colleagues. And thank you. Okay, so the next issue of the agenda is the strategic plan report. The strategic plan we had until 2020 contained some goals to be achieved. And now I would like to report the objectives of this strategic plan. First was increase IATUL membership to 300 ordinary and associated member libraries. According to the membership report, we have 238 members in 2022. The second goal was to establish a financially supporting framework guaranteeing the sustainability of IATUL's endeavors. And we reached a stable financial situation despite the difficult period of time. The next goal was to consolidate the IATUL office as the central hub of all IATUL activities. We went through the successful office transition from former office at TU Munich to the new association management company, CPO Hanse. Unfortunately, we didn't reach the goals we previously planned. So it was not possible to find programs that would allow financing projects for IATUL. The next goal was to establish 3 special interest groups with a core team of at least 4 experts in each group. Currently, it is my pleasure to tell you that we have 5 existing special interest groups and plans to establish more in the near future. The next goal was to develop a marketing portfolio for IATUL member libraries, and this is something we would like to consider as a part of our future strategy. We would like to start planning a new strategic plan for our organization. The primary purpose of strategic planning is to focus the association on what is crucial to serving the association's members and by extension the profession the association represents. It also provides a means of quantifying and measuring organization and programming success. The main assumption of the new process we're planning are active involvement of members in setting direction for actions and strategic planning, strategic plan consultations during annual and special events for members, and developing activities in strategic areas through the activities of special interest groups and the entire community of our association. We'd like to invite you to join the process of preparing the new strategic plan that would start in fall 2022. Do you have any questions so far? Thank you. And this is my pleasure to introduce the honorary lifetime membership. The IATUL board has the discretion to award an honorary life membership to recognize an individual from an IATUL member institution who has served the association with marked distinctions and has made significant contribution to IATUL through their leadership and engagement. The IATUL board has approved a nomination to give this richly deserved award to Rainer Kallenborn for many years of successful and dedicated IATUL leadership. Dr. Rainer Kallenborn is a trained mathematician and academic librarian. He is a long-standing member of IATUL, for which he served as a treasurer and president in many years. Please let me introduce Dr. Rainer Kallenborn and give a big applause to our honorary member.
Thank you very much.
Do we have Rainer in the room?
Yeah.
Rainer, could we ask you to say a few words for us?
Yes. When Anna sent me an email yesterday announcing the award, I was very surprised and of course pleased. Therefore, dear Anna, Chuck, dear board members, colleagues and friends, thank you very much for this honor. When I joined the IATUL board in 2005, I very soon became aware of the overwhelming prospects that the concept of IATUL offered to its member institutions. Informal exchange of experience and mutual support and leadership on leadership level, the opportunity of multinational collaboration, the discovery of completely different approaches to challenges in different cultural areas. the possibilities IATUL has in store for internationally minded library leaders and for the further development of university libraries through collaboration was and is very high. And board membership gave me the opportunity to contribute to leveraging this potential. For this, the development of innovative ideas is a start. Their down-to-earth implementation is the harder part. During my time on the board, I was supported by some wonderful people. Apart from my wife, Maria, who herself is a library director, these were fellow board members who traveled with me to many corners of the world to make IATUL known to colleagues in less favored regions. I especially want to thank Fetchong Choi, retired library director of Nanyang Technical University, Singapore, Elisha Shivare, library director of Cape Peninsula University of Technology, South Africa, Paul Sheehan, retired library director of Dublin City University, Ireland, and above all, Gwendolyn Abbott, retired library director of Windsor University in Canada. Without them, I could have done nothing. Last but not least, I want to thank IATUL, that is all of you, to have given me all these opportunities which made a major difference in my life. It was a pleasure and an honor to serve the IATUL community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rainer. It's great to have you here. And thank you for all the things you have done for IATUL and for inviting me to the IATUL board at the conference in Bozen, Bolzano.
Yes.
Thank you, Rainer. Okay, so the next part of our program is to introduce the new, the incoming conferences and events of IATUL. That would, the past events that took place last year. So the annual conference was hosted by the University of Porto in July 2021, and it took place online. The fall seminar 2021 was hosted by Gdańsk Tech Library in December 2021. And now I would like to introduce the events we are planning to attend personally in the next couple of months. First, I would like to introduce Cara and Lilian, the hosts of the next annual conference in the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you so much, Anna, and thank you for the invitation to promote next year's event a little bit. Next year, the IATUL conference, the 43rd annual conference, will be in the United Arab Emirates. It'll be on the 13th to the 17th of March. So please save those dates in your diary for next year. So I'll introduce myself properly. I'm Cara Jones from the American University of Sharjah. I'll be one of your hosts next year. And this is my colleague, Lillian Lee from Zayed University Library, also in the United Arab Emirates. So the UAE is in the Middle East. It's composed of 7 different emirates, and it's our adopted country. So we'll be very happy to host you next year. The UAE is very easy to get to from lots of different places. So we're hoping this really encourages people to attend next year. It's a one-leg flight from Europe, from Asia, from Australia even, and even further afield than that. So our universities are Zayed University and the American University of Sharjah. We're hoping to have the conference over 4 days. First 2 days will be hosted by Zayed University, who have an amazing campus in Dubai. And then we'll have 1 day of study tours and then 1 day at the American University of Sharjah, so we can showcase our facilities. Lillian's going to tell you a little more.
So we propose to have the annual conference in March because the weather conditions of the UAE, as you all know, and March is our beautiful winter time that you can come to enjoy the mild temperature. It's usually around 20 degrees and 20 to 25 degrees. in the UAE. So that'll be a much more pleasant experience for our attendees. And we're hoping to have full in-person conference next year in the UAE. So this is our conference theme. So you can start to prepare your proposals based on our conference theme, because we do have a shorter period of time. You know, we host conference in March instead of June. So we have 3 months shorter than the usual time we have had. The overall theme is libraries pushing boundaries. So there are 3 pillars under the theme: is discovering new possibilities, adding value, and transforming and renewing. Now there are 4 tracks of conference. So it's vision, leadership, and professional growth, and there's digital and service delivery, and developing capable citizens, impact, and resurfacing research. So those are the 4 tracks for the conference in 2023. And more detailed information will be available in the website that we're working really hard on to develop now. That's the 2023 annual conference in the UAE. We're looking forward to welcome all of you to our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Lilian and Cara. And now I would like to introduce you the fall seminar that took place in Zurich, Switzerland later this year, and in December 2022. And unfortunately, the director of the ETH library couldn't be here with us, but he sends us a note.
Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I have wonderful news for you. The IATUL Fall Seminar will take place in Zurich, Switzerland this year. My name is Raphael Ball and I'm the director of the ETH Library. I am pleased to welcome you at the ETH Library, the main library of ETH Zurich, founded in 1855. The IATUL Fall Seminar will address a lot of important topics, such as scholarly communication, open science, metrics, awareness of science, and others. The IATUL Fall Seminar will give us new inspiration and ideas for our libraries by presentations, by networking, and by professional exchange. And of course, networking should not be missed during the Fall Seminar. There will be various opportunities to exchange ideas with colleagues and friends. The event location at ETH Zurich offers incredible views, and the future-oriented spirit of the university can be felt here despite the old walls. ETH has more than 24,000 students from 120 countries. The most famous alumnus, of course, is Albert Einstein. Zurich is located in the heart of Europe, close to the Swiss Alps, and is the ideal starting point for exploring Switzerland. Zurich Airport has direct connections to 170 destinations all over the world. And our city belongs to cities with the highest quality of living. In December, for example, when IATUL Fall Seminar takes place, you have the opportunity to experience the unique atmosphere of Christmas markets downtown. I warmly welcome you all to the IATUL Fall Seminar 22 in Zurich and look forward to seeing you here. Thank you very much and see you soon in Switzerland.
Thank you so much. From my side, I would like to encourage you to keep the time in your calendars for our events. If you want to go during the winter to Switzerland, please attend the full seminar, and please follow our website for the call for papers and call for presentations that will be announced soon for the next IATUL General, for the annual conference that will take place in United Arab Emirates. And hopefully you will be able to meet there in person. Do you have any questions or any comments to the program, to the agenda, or to the activities of IATUL? Are there any questions in the Zoom? No. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us at the General Assembly meeting. And yeah, and this is the time for a lunch break. Thank you very much.